Hey guys, it's Sophie Cunningham here. You guys are with me during media day. Oh.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Well, it was Indiana Fever Media Day, the day the marketing team gets their content and the players rah-rah sis boom bah get fans excited for the upcoming season. So yeah, we're not going to hear anything overtly negative. This is purely PR. But that doesn't mean we didn't get some big statements, specifically from Caitlin Clark, who is starting to peacock a little bit, which I like. She's not holding back when it comes to knowing her value, which is great to see, especially in response to being asked about playing off ball, which I'll show you in a minute. But there's also something a lot of people missed. I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I can't unhear what I heard from Kelsey Mitchell and Stephanie White. On the surface, it's fine, super positive, but when you really listen, you can't unhear it. This is a quick video, action-packed, let's get right into it, but first, like this video if you're happy to see Caitlin and the Fever back in action. Okay, so before I get into Kelsey, Steph White, and Caitlin, I wanted to quickly focus on the newbies because you know what, they sound really positive. And after seeing Angel get roasted by her new teammates in Atlanta, even if it was just in jest, the positive stuff is what you want to hear. Let's start with Myisha Hines-Allen, who a lot of people were upset about, even though I don't think that hate was directed at her specifically. It was more frustration with the Fever front office for not bringing in better talent. But this is cool. She specifically said she joined the Fever because she wanted the opportunity to play with Caitlin Clark and that Caitlin wanted her there.
Winning, being able to play with Caitlin Clark, I think that was a huge eye-opening. Like, I had the opportunity to play with one of the greatest players that's ever going to play the game of basketball. So for me, once I also heard that, like, oh, she really wants me here too, I was like, oh, well, let's get it done then. There's no questions about it.
And I really liked what I heard out of Monique Billings, who sounds like a super positive person and seems like a no-drama, fun teammate, kind of like a Sydney Colson or even a Sophie Cunningham.
For sure. I mean, I'm a vet. I've done this for a while now, me being in my 9th season. I know it's just coming in, knowing I'm brought here to be me, which is positive, which is light, bringing a leadership to this group. And again, having my conversations with management, why they brought me here is to be me. So if I can just continue to be the best version of myself, I'm in a good position.
Okay, so now that we're done with the newbies, let's get to the returning cast, starting with Caitlin Clark. The big story this offseason was whether or not the Fever would bring back the core from last season, specifically Kelsey Mitchell, who was due for a max contract and had options on the open market. Caitlin, when she was on NBC's Basketball Night in America, said that bringing Kelsey back was their #1 priority, and she made it clear once again on Media Day that Kelsey's her ride or die.
And I think that speaks to like why she continues to sign back here is like she enjoys the people that are here, and she also feels loved and cared for, and you know, people are here to serve her as well, but she does it in return too. So just really fortunate that she's back here. I know I've said this before, but she makes my job a lot easier when you have somebody in the backcourt like that. I mean, I don't think there's nobody better in the league for me to play with, so just really fortunate and lucky.
Now, if you re-listen to the Myisha Hines-Allen clip and this one, you'll hear the same kind of talk track. Caitlin wanted both of those players, so it's nice to see that Caitlin does have a say in who joins the Fever. After all, that's going to be important if the Fever want to keep her around long term. And there's only one reason I can see why she wouldn't want to stick around: the whole playing off ball thing. The press knows it's a controversial talking point among her fans because they asked her about it on Media Day, and her answer was PR friendly, but she also told everyone she knows just how good she is. That's coming right up. But I've got to point this out first. The main issue with the off-ball stuff is that Caitlin and the team and the quality of the viewing experience are all better when Caitlin has the ball. But Stephanie White keeps bringing up that Caitlin is an on and off-ball player. So it sounds like she wants to restrict what makes Caitlin great. And I bring that up because of these statements from Kelsey and Steph White, which aren't negative, they're actually super positive, but there's just a different vibe between these two compared to Stephanie and Caitlin. Let's start with Kelsey.
It's just chemistry and wanting to play free. And I think Steph did a good job of like showing that throughout the course of the world. And me like being able to play free last year was just like one of the things that you want to sell to players that's, you know, trying to win. And I think that with CCM and AB, I think we done a really great job of building a chemistry that can't be broken. And I think that it's something to really hang your hat on because we trust each other. We constantly building with each other. And I think practice lately has just been, it's been really great for us because you get to see the free agents and the ones that do come in, really see how we gel and hopefully get embraced by it.
Again, overall, that's super positive. I love my teammates. You love to hear about the chemistry and all that. But did you notice the part where she said Steph White lets me play free? She's not having to justify, like Caitlin will in a minute, playing a game being forced on her. She's getting to play the way she wants. And Steph White reiterated that in her comments.
I mean, she's huge. I don't think there's a faster player in the league with the ball than Kelsey Mitchell. I don't think there's a scarier player in the league to guard one-on-one than Kelsey Mitchell. And, for us, putting her in position to do what she does best so that she doesn't have to think about it, she can just do it, was a priority. And Kelsey and Aaliyah really put us on their shoulders, and they elevated us to that next level. And Kelsey is a player that you want her to reach the pinnacle.
First of all, it's obvious that Steph really loves Kelsey. She thinks she's the hardest player to guard in the league. And look, fans love her, she's positive, she's talented, no complaints, I'm glad she's back. But the way she speaks about her, we want to do things for her to be successful, so she doesn't have to worry. We want to give her the best opportunity to win because she's earned it. I'm not saying Steph White doesn't like Caitlin, the person or the player, but man, it just seems like from every interview I've listened to over the past year, Kelsey's her favorite player and she lets her do her thing. I just don't hear the same level of enthusiasm for Caitlin. If anything, it's about restrictions on her game and making sure she works within the coach's system. So much so that Caitlin had to answer about what she thought about the off-ball strategy, and in her answer, she made a huge statement about her value.
Yeah, I think a little bit of the-ball stuff. I think mostly on dead balls. I'm the best. I think I'm the best transition player in the league. That's where I thrive. Everybody knows that's my game. So, getting the ball off of rebound or in transition, that's probably when I'm going to be the primary ball handler more than anything. And then, getting off the ball a little bit and catching your breath. It is exhausting bringing the ball up 94 feet versus pressure every single time. So we certainly need to find somebody that can handle the ball a little bit and, give me a little bit of a break.
Now, Caitlin's pretty calculated when it comes to PR. She knows anything she says is going to be analyzed and scrutinized and plastered everywhere. This was a yes, but response. Yes, I can't have the ball all the time. It's tiring, obviously, but I'm also the best in the world at this. In other words, hey Indiana Fever front office and Stephanie White, it's not in your best interest to go too far with your off-ball strategy. You put the ball in anyone else's hands in transition, you're doing the team a disservice, because I'm the best at this. It's a big statement. It shows she knows her value, and as she enters her third season with one more year left on her rookie contract, with Kelsey's future uncertain next year and Sophie's future uncertain, she's gonna take a real hard look at how she's being utilized in season 3. She loves Indy, she wants to stay, the players clearly like each other, and as fans, there's a lot to be excited about this season, but she's not going to be happy about being underused. I think this will be a key storyline this season when it comes to Caitlin's future. Tell me what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.